Hello everyone, this is David Moffat from Axe Annex Tabletop Games, and today I'm going to show you how to make a wet palette from junk you got at home. I want to do some painting with my daughter today, and the wet palette I have is kind of small for sharing. It's nice for my desk space, just fits in the corner here nicely, and I just use it up as I need to. But I want to build a bigger one, and I figured I'll make a video about it. So what I got here is some sponge, takeout container, some water, a couple of pennies, a piece of parchment paper, and some isopropyl alcohol. Now, I always use tap water because it's just easier for me to use than distilled water. I don't feel like going and buying a bunch of distilled water just for my wet palette. So I've heard two different ways to inhibit growth in your wet palette, because it's going to be a moist environment. There's going to be nutrients in there for things to eat. One thing I've heard was copper wire, and I always had these from some eBay purchases. They were on the bottom of some orc vases, and I figured I'll just toss them in because they're copper. So I'll throw them in the bottom. Then I'll fit this foam in. I've already cut this foam, so it fits nicely. So the thing you want out of the container is if it can seal, at least somewhat, to hold the moisture in, and how well it'll fit the moisture retention device you want to put in there. I'm using a sponge because I find that paper towel doesn't work as well for me, but paper towel is a perfectly valid option. And it is easier to fit to oddball containers. But in this case, these sponges fit almost perfectly. Just had to cut a little off the side here. Alright. So I got the sponges in. I'm going to pour some water. Ooh, getting all floaty. Oh yeah, let that water soak all up in there. Yeah, very nice. Press it down. Ooh, it's cold water. Got cold water from the tap. Press, press, press. There we go, it's soaking up that water, so we'll add some more. Press it down again. Ooh. Oh, yes. Very nice. Getting nice and moist there. Alright. Add some more water. What I'm looking to do is fill it up enough so I see the water even with the sides of the sponge, basically. Maybe a little more than that. There we go. Not too much. So I really don't want the sponges to float around. Get all buoyant. Which will happen. At least with those Brillo pads. I don't know about these ones. Let's see. Alright. It can take more. Swish. There we go. Seems like a pretty good amount. I'm going to take the parchment paper that I've already pre-cut poorly. I have a very poor cutter of things, including parchment paper. I've been doing this for a long time and I still am just terrible cutting it. But what you're looking for is to have it cover the surface of the sponges. So it's going to sit underneath there. Try to work out the air bubbles as much as you can. So that when your paint sits on the top of this, you can pull some of the hydration and stay wet longer, which keeps you painting a little longer. Keeps the consistency of the paint nicer too, I find. I'll put washes on this. I'll put on the contrasts. I don't care. I'll put a lot of stuff on this. I'll put metallics. They do kind of separate the metallics, but I usually find if you just stir them back up, they're fine. Good to go. All right. There we go. Very moist, very nice. You can feel the water on the surface. The last thing I'll do is I'm going to add a touch of the isopropyl alcohol just to help inhibit mold growth. You'll know if you got mold growth, you'll smell it. If you put too much isopropyl in there, you'll smell that too. Now let me open up your palette. There we go. And now this wet palette is ready to be used. Putting the lid on there will help keep the moisture inside. It's not completely sealed off, which is okay. There's a little bit of breathing room. Doesn't hurt anything. It works well. So that's how I made a wet palette, and you can too. It's very easy. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Bye!